Did you know that what you choose to accept in life can actually determine your spiritual growth? Imagine this. You're holding on to beliefs, emotions, and situations that don't serve you. What if I told you that letting go of certain things could be the key to unlocking your true potential? Sounds intriguing, right? Today, we're diving into some powerful Buddhist teachings that will challenge how you see the world and yourself. You see, Buddhism isn't just a religion, it's much more than that. It's a way of life that teaches us about mindfulness, compassion, and understanding the nature of suffering. In our fast-paced modern world, it's easy to find ourselves unconsciously accepting ideas, emotions, and situations that actually hinder our progress. We accept these things because they seem normal or expected, or because we're afraid of change. But what if you realized that some of these things are actually holding you back from becoming your best self? What if there were certain things you should never accept if you want to reach your highest potential? In Buddhist philosophy, acceptance is considered a powerful tool for spiritual growth. But here's the twist. Not all acceptance is beneficial. When we accept beliefs or situations that limit our potential or bring us harm, we're essentially surrendering our power. Think about it for a moment. Every time you accept negativity or remain in a toxic environment, you're preventing yourself from growing. You might think you're being wise, tolerant, or even peaceful, but in reality, you might just be avoiding the hard truths that could lead to your evolution. It's like wearing blinders and missing out on all the possibilities and beauty that life has to offer. Let's start with the first thing you should never accept: your limitations. We all have beliefs about what we can or cannot do, but more often than not, these are just stories we tell ourselves. Think of all the times you've heard or even said, "I could never do that," or "That's just not something I'm capable of." How many of those statements were rooted in fear rather than reality? Buddhism teaches us that with effort, mindfulness, and practice, we can transcend these perceived limitations. It encourages us to challenge these self-imposed boundaries, to step out of our comfort zones, and to see beyond our fears and doubts. Your limitations are like a fog that can be cleared with courage and persistence. By refusing to accept these limitations, you allow yourself the chance to grow, evolve, and discover new potentials that were hidden just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. Consider what would happen if you decided not to accept your own perceived limitations. Every great achievement, every profound change, begins with a moment of realizing that you are more than you think you are. Imagine what you could accomplish if you stopped telling yourself that you can't and started asking yourself, "What if I could?" This simple shift in mindset opens up a world of possibilities. You move from a place of limitation to one of expansion, from doubt to confidence, from fear to courage. So, next time you find yourself thinking, "I can't," pause and ask yourself if that's really true, or if it's just a story you've been told, or even worse, a story you've been telling yourself. Next, let's talk about negativity. The second thing to never accept is negativity from others. Words and opinions from those around us can heavily influence our self-perception. Think about it. How many times have you let someone else's words get under your skin, change your mood, or make you doubt yourself? If you accept the negativity thrown at you, criticism, judgments, or doubts, you are giving others control over your inner peace and personal growth. You become a prisoner to their expectations and opinions. Buddhism encourages us to focus inward, to understand that our true essence is unaffected by external negativity. It teaches that no matter what others say or do, we have the power to maintain our inner calm and clarity. Imagine living your life like a lotus flower, which grows in muddy waters, yet blooms beautifully above the surface. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and encourage your journey toward growth and happiness. Remember, You are the author of your own story, and you have the power to rewrite it at any moment. Choose positivity and let go of what does not serve you. This doesn't mean ignoring all criticism, but rather choosing which voices to let into your inner world. Seek out those who see the best in you and who help you see the best in yourself. Now, let's talk about suffering. The third thing is to never accept suffering as your destiny. Life is filled with challenges, and while suffering is an inevitable part of the human experience, it doesn't have to define you. According to Buddhist teachings, suffering arises from attachment, aversion, and ignorance, but we can find peace and happiness by practicing awareness and non-attachment. It's not about avoiding pain, but understanding it and learning from it. Suffering is like a teacher that can guide us toward greater awareness and compassion. When we start to see suffering not as an unchangeable fate, but as something that can be transformed, we open ourselves up to growth, healing, and transformation. Imagine looking at your pain and asking, "What is this here to teach me?" Instead of running away from discomfort, you lean into it with curiosity and openness. You recognize that suffering, like everything else, is impermanent. It comes and goes, and within it lies the seed of growth. So, when you face suffering, don't accept it as the final word on your life. See it as a passing experience, a moment in time that can help you grow if you let it. The fourth thing you should avoid accepting is the idea that change is impossible. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is the concept of impermanence. Everything is always changing. It's a fact of life that everything, from the seasons to our own bodies, is in a constant state of flux. Yet, how often do we cling to the belief that things will always be the way they are? When you hold on to the belief that things will never change, you shut yourself off from countless opportunities for growth and new experiences. Accept that change is the only constant, and that it often brings with it new beginnings and opportunities for transformation. Change is like the ocean. It is always moving, always shifting. The sooner we learn to surf the waves rather than resist them, the more we can enjoy the ride. By embracing change rather than resisting it, you invite new possibilities and experiences into your life. Every moment is a chance for renewal, for making different choices, and for becoming a better version of yourself. When you stop fearing change, you start living more fully, more freely, and with more joy. Finally, let's talk about self-worth. Never accept the belief that you are not enough. This is perhaps the most powerful of all. Many people struggle with feelings of inadequacy, comparing themselves to others or to some societal standard of success or worth. But Buddhism teaches that our true value is not defined by our accomplishments, status, or the opinions of others. You are already whole, already complete, and inherently worthy just as you are. Think about that for a moment. How much of your life have you spent trying to prove your worth? Trying to earn love, respect, or approval? By accepting yourself fully, flaws and all, you create a foundation of self-love and compassion. You begin to see that you do not need to be anything other than who you are to be deserving of love and happiness. When you realize that you are enough, you stop seeking validation from the outside world and start living authentically from the inside out. Imagine the freedom that comes from knowing that you don't have to change yourself to be worthy. You don't have to earn your place in the world. You already belong. Now, let's explore a powerful Buddhist concept that ties all these teachings together: non-attachment. When we cling to rigid beliefs, expectations, or situations, we often find ourselves trapped in cycles of suffering. Practicing non-attachment allows us to let go of what no longer serves us and to create space for new possibilities. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring or become indifferent. Rather, It means releasing the need to control outcomes. This approach encourages a mindset of growth, adaptability, and resilience, allowing you to flow with the natural rhythm of life instead of resisting it. By embracing non-attachment, you open yourself to a life filled with more joy, peace, and endless opportunities for growth. So let's wrap up what we've learned today. Remember the 5 things you should never accept: your limitations, negativity from others, suffering as your destiny, the idea that change is impossible, and the belief that you're not enough. By refusing to accept these beliefs, you reclaim your power and open yourself up to endless possibilities for personal growth and happiness. The teachings of Buddhism offer a profound guide to navigating the complexities of life with mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. What do you think? Are there things in your life that you're accepting without realizing their impact? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're interested in diving deeper into Buddhist teachings, make sure to check out our next video, where we'll explore mindfulness practices that can transform your daily routine. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. Until next time, keep questioning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in your boundless potential.